Oh, this is a good organization, Will, because that's exactly what I wanted you to do. Is to go from that story to this one. This is a thing this is a very hot tweet, obviously.
Hot tweet.
A lot of retweets.
Hot tweet alert.
A lot of people agree with this, right?
It's flaming.
185,000 likes. Why the hell are movies so dark now? What's going on with the lighting? All these shadows make it difficult to watch.
I got a hot take for you on this hot tweet.
I'm sure you do. Do you want to do it first? Is how important is it that you're giving it now?
It's hot.
Go ahead.
It's rude and it's hot.
Okay, go ahead.
It's because of CG, and they can't touch the level of CG that the original Jurassic Park had. No, that's obviously not it. But there's so much more CG going on and touch-ups after the fact on these movies. Much easier to do it when it's dark. We saw that happen in Game of Thrones in the last season. Everyone was like, "This is too dark." I'm like, they have to animate 200 million White Walkers. Right. How are they going to do that? We don't have the computational power for that. Mm-hmm. So you got to make it dark. You got to make the creative choice to make it dark. That's my hot take.
Wow. Yeah, I think that could definitely weigh into it. I think another component.
Just totally that's okay. Moving on.
It's a take. Yeah, it's a piece. And I'm not saying that one piece is exclusive over another.
Sure.
It's just like it brings me back to the previous. Like when I saw this, I immediately thought there's this one time where I met the cinematographer that did the Daredevil series on Netflix, and it was a very dark show.
It's very dark, right? Yeah.
And he had to convince Netflix to make it as dark as it was.
Oh, really?
And he actually, the reason that I met him, it was at an LG event. And he was talking about how ever since they got to use OLED screens, it changed everything about how they look at dark segments.
Interesting.
Right? Because of the way that it's capable of showing black.
You can hit that.
Creating mood and whatever else. So part of me wonders if it's more of a display technology that drives these decisions that don't work in certain circumstances, as well as typical broadcast once upon a time, which was very safe.
Yeah, high key.
And also it was perceived that it was going to, like, the number of devices that you could watch the original Jurassic Park on was the movie theater or a CRT TV.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not even a computer.
Yeah.
Right, in 1993. So what did you have to program for? Like we were talking about listening in the car, and that's when you're mixing for music.
That's a very interesting perspective. This screen, I never thought about that.
You have to think about how and where people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a frame from an episode of what show?
Game of Thrones. It was the one episode where it was the crazy war, and it's the darkest show visually.
I'm gonna defend that episode as being dark. I think they made the right call to make it dark.
I liked it. Yeah.
I
think it was
it was a hefty episode, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say much about it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but yeah, I think it was a good creative decision.
Yeah, I think all the screens that we watch things on and the variety of ways in which those screens interact with the content has affected the ability of the industry to deliver something that across platforms is a pleasing and optimal experience. Like even the other day, we're doing a video of an OLED display versus another, and they do things differently.
Yeah. Very differently.
Very differently. And you're like, well, if I put it on this technology or that, and then never mind phones and then viewing angles, people are watching Hollywood movies on phones.
Yeah.
And tablets.
Yeah.
And laptops. And
just another level of the tech that goes into this is, I mean, the first one was shot on film. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt the 2022 one was shot on film.
Right.
Film, you need much more light nowadays to expose the frame.
And you had to be sure that you got it.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have it?
Film, you got dudes out with the light meters like pop, pop, pop.
And another one that leads in or lends to the thing that this idea that the number of platforms that people consume things on affects all of our experiences. Sound. Have you had this experience recently where you're watching a show and you're turning it up for dialogue and then down for sound effects?
Mm-hmm.
Mo is stressed out. Mo is just fully agreeing here. So again, it depends on the recording. It depends on the show. But then also look what happened to our audio systems. In most cases, it's like a built-in.
A bar, yeah.
It's like a built-in speaker.
Yeah.
Which is inside of the thinnest structure and just such a huge variety of devices. You know, maybe you're wearing headphones, maybe it's a phone speaker, maybe it's, how do you mix that?
Oh man,
it's very complicated and difficult to have a uniform experience.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can I just like extend that last story?
Go ahead.
Did you see the trailer for the new Jurassic Park?
No.
Oh, Will, did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
They had a trailer before the trailer just came out, and I'm hyped for this new one.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I'm
you
actually
are.
excited about it.
It's
Really excited
it's
about
interesting, the Jurassic Park franchise,
Yeah.
because you had the first movie and then like nothing forever, and then it all became about franchise, and now it feels like you've had 100 of them.
Yeah, you
Like
had a lot.
But there's something about like a little dinosaur update,
yeah, a little dino,
which
update.
is pleasing.
Good,
There's
yeah.
something low friction about, like if I had to choose, maybe this is a controversial point of view, but like if I had to do another dinosaur or another Fast and Furious, I would take the dinosaur.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, because both of them, it seem like there's a dozen of them at this point. Movies.
Yeah.
There's definitely a dozen Furious, no?
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what are we on? What
9?
2 dozen. 2 dozen.
spin-offs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you vote dinosaur or Fast Furious?
If I had that choice between those two,
That's all you got to choose from.
dinosaur.
I go dino for sure.
Mo?
You know what? I'll go Fast
Mo's
and
going
Furious.
Furious.
But especially if they use classic cars like the dad.
Mo goes furious.
Ultimate Mo. No, Ultra Mo.
He goes contrarian.
Ultra Mo.